What's up, guys? So I just got off the phone with Garrett and we're talking about what happened today, the Charlie Kirk situation. And I cannot figure out why I am so emotional about this. I'm not overly political. You know, I feel like I fall, somewhere in the middle. Like I'm not political. And I don't think this is political. I didn't know this man personally. I didn't even follow him religiously. I saw his videos. I knew who he was. I watched his videos. But I don't know why. My body physically is having just this emotional reaction to this. And I cannot figure out why. But we've got to do better. We've got to do better. I've been at this seminar all day. This branding seminar. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Really validating a lot of the things that I already teach. I absolutely learned some new things. And, networked with some incredible human beings. And we, 5 of us went to lunch together. And I remember pulling out, it was the weirdest feeling. I remember pulling out to go to lunch. And let me see if I can see comments. I don't know why I can never see comments. Swipe left to reveal. I don't know. If you're on here, comment. Because I don't know if I can see them. But I remember leaving for lunch today. And I saw this American flag. See, I'm telling you, I don't know why. What is going on? Maybe it hits harder because we were literally just a few miles away from where this happened today. But I see this American flag and the beautiful mountains behind it in this state that I now call home. And it's at full mast. It's full. It's waving. It's beautiful. And we go to lunch. And we get back and Garrett texts me. And he tells me what happened. And as I am on my way home, I'm on my way home right now, that same flag, and I don't know why it stuck out to me before. It would have never stuck out to me before today. I would have never been I don't know. When I saw it, I felt an emotion and I had no idea what was going on. And then we're leaving this event today. And that same flag is at half mast. This was a human life. This was a human life who just isn't gonna cease to, he's not gonna exist anymore. And again, I don't know why I'm having this emotion. I didn't know the man. I wasn't I'm not gonna say a fan, I've seen his videos. I have no connection, but I think it's the deeper human connection to the carelessness of another life. I don't care what side or what party, what belief system you have. Taking another human's life is never okay. His life is just ended. For sharing his beliefs and giving people, regardless if you liked him or not, he gave people a platform to share their thoughts and their feelings and to have an educated conversation and allow people to think for themselves. A human life is gone because he had the courage to share his thoughts publicly. What the fuck? What the fuck? He had a wife. He had kids. And he's just gone. For what? For what? I don't know. We've got to do better. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Imagine having a thought and sharing that thought. It's no different than me being live right here and sharing my thoughts and someone coming up and ending my life for those thoughts. We're all entitled to our opinions. We're all entitled to believe what we want to believe. And we've got to come to an understanding not to agree with anybody else. Our opinions and our beliefs and our thoughts, those are our own, but we have to come to an understanding and a respect that we're not all going to share the same beliefs. We're not all going to share the same vision. And nobody's life is worth more than another human being's because of it. I don't think I've ever had this reaction or this emotion to anything else like this. And I cannot put my finger on it. Why? But dear God, like, we have got to do fucking better. We cannot continue to be so divided just because of our opinions and our beliefs. We cannot. We are all beautiful and unique in our own way. And I'm listening to an audiobook on the way home, and she, I've studied the Mel Robbins Let Them theory. I've listened to her podcast. I've followed that theory for years, and I like to live my life to the best of my ability using that theory. And in this chapter, I think I'm on chapter 6, on the way home, she's talking about how, the reason that we don't do things in life, we procrastinate, we self-sabotage, all the things that we do is because of one thing, and it is the fear of people having a negative opinion about you. And I've been there. I still struggle with this sometimes, I've gotten better over the years because I've been online for almost 10 years now. But still to this day, there are things that I kind of had an eye-opening moment today. A light bulb went off during this event and listening to my book. And this event happening today, it's not even a fucking event. I don't know what I want to call it, but it's not a fucking event. It's a disgrace. But this man had the courage to be disliked for what he believed in. He wasn't harming anybody. But the reason that we don't do what we need to do, the reason that we procrastinate, the reason we self-sabotage is just the fear of someone having a negative belief about us, a negative opinion about us. And one thing that stuck out to me when she was saying this is that two things can be true at the same time. I can love my husband more than anybody on the face of this planet. Anybody. And I can also at the same time not like something that he does. Let them have a negative opinion. And then let you do something that you can control about it. Not take another man's life or another human being or put another human being down because you share a different belief system or an opinion. Let them have their own. Let them live their lives. Let them. And if it bothers you, you got to do the work inside. You got to do the work inside. And I'm not entirely convinced this wasn't something deeper. I don't know. Again, I just got out of this event, and ever since I heard that, my focus has been shifted and my gut has been crying we gotta do better. Dear fucking God. I hope that this one man, regardless of whatever side you're on, and if you were on the other side of saying that you are glad that this happened, please, for the love of God, like, delete me, block me, don't care. You not my people. For the love of God. I haven't seen any of that on my social media yet. Jacqueline had seen some things on hers. I have not seen it on my social media yet, thank God. Because that is disgusting. But I hope that something comes of this. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, regardless of how horrible it is. I've been through some horrible fucking shit in my life. And at the end of it, something beautiful has always became of it. And I hope that maybe this was the last time someone has to, I don't know if I can say it on social media, video will probably get canceled, but it's a 3-letter word, you guys know what happened. I hope and I pray to God that this brings people together. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So I don't know. We gotta love one another. We gotta do better. We can't keep going at the rate that we are as a country, as a world, as human beings. We cannot. We cannot. And my heart just breaks for that family. Maybe it hurts so bad because I was so close to losing Garrett at one point over something that he didn't have control over, his heart. And I remember that fear that I would wake up the next day and he wouldn't be here. And now this fucking family has to live the rest of their lives without the person that meant the most to them in the entire world. Their kids have to grow up without a father. I can't even imagine. So, I had no purpose for this, but I felt the need to get on live and talk about this and share this. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is helpful. I don't know what this is for, but I felt it in my soul to get on here and be vulnerable. Messy makeup, tears, and all because we gotta fucking do better in the world, with friends, with people. We gotta stop tearing each other down. There is enough to go around in this world. There is enough. And if we can just love each other, we don't have to like them all the time, but if we can just love each other, imagine what we could do. Imagine if we could come together. So, I'm gonna go home and take a really hot shower and hug my husband. Because tomorrow isn't promised, guys. Life can be gone like that. And the stupid shit that we worry about every day that stresses us out, when you look at something like this and put it into perspective, is so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. So, hug your people tonight. Say the things that are on your heart and you haven't shared. Because you don't know. You don't know. So, I love all of you guys that were on here. If you were live or watching the replay, if there's ever anything that I can ever do for anybody, like, just please say the word. We gotta come together. We gotta come together. Okay, love you guys. Thank you. See you later.